Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wisco Beer Bracket here in 2024 on Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
And I'm Ross.
And it is Selection Sunday officially. We've got 16 different Wisconsin breweries, 16 different beers, some of them chosen by the breweries themselves. And we're going to be rolling through an entire bracket of beers today to share with you which one comes out on top. Now, Mr. Ross here spent a bunch of time coordinating all of this. Ross, what are your thoughts on this year's bracket?
I'm excited. Really good input from the brewers this year. I think we got a really nice kind of variety. I think sometimes we get too IPA heavy. We got a lot of IPAs, we got a lot of different varieties, and some brewers that we've never even had on the channel before, which I'm really excited about. Excited to introduce you guys. So we'll get through this. We'll do a quick here's the beer is. We got the 4 brackets, and then we actually get to the episode to do a quick introduction of each beer.
Yeah, so let's get this thing kicked off. Like we said, we've got 4 quadrants of this bracket. We're going to kick things off with the Lambeau Field bracket and our number 1 pick. So I'm going to start here, draft the first one, and who do we have? We have got 1840 Brewing and their Cashmere Sweater. This is a New England style IPA.
Double IPA.
Double IPA.
That was a mistake on my part.
Is that the one?
Yeah, that's the one.
New England style double IPA that we will be kicking off this bracket with. I'm glad we started there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's
so
number 1.
1840 will start up against
Dun, 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 dun.
Third Space Brewing, Infinite Wisdom, and Imperial IPA. So 2 IPAs up against each other.
2
to
big
start.
IPAs.
Yeah.
2 double IPAs. That actually worked out
Yeah.
oddly well.
All right, what do we got next? The bottom half of the bracket.
Beer number 3 in the Lambeau Field bracket is Titletown Brewing's Blizzard Bay. This is a cold IPA, so the 3rd IPA in this quadrant. And that actually makes sense. Titletown in the Lambeau bracket.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
look at that.
Look at that.
This seems rigged almost.
It almost does.
All right, and Titletown will be going up against Foxtown 5 Pedals, a Czech dark lager.
Wow.
I'm not going to lie, I'm excited about this one this year. So.
And honestly, that might be a good bracket for that to be in because it's going to be facing off against a bunch of IPAs.
Foxtown and Titletown against each other.
Interesting. Yeah, the towns.
All right, so moving on now to the Pfizer Forum bracket.
Yes.
So I'll go first. The number 1 seed out of this bracket, we got... Come on, Ross, figure this out. Sahale Dunkelweiss. So pretty excited about that one.
Yes.
That came highly recommended from the head brewer there, so I'm pretty excited for that.
I will never be sad about a Dunkelweizen being in our bracket. Beer number 2, it will be facing off against, and I have 2 pieces of paper. It will be facing off against Perspective Brewing Up the Hatters. This is a peanut butter porter from Perspective. That's an interesting matchup.
Yeah. All right, in the bottom half of the bracket, the 3 will be Eagle Park's Maibach. So that's going to be 2 of the German-style beers right there. That's going to be fun.
Very, very interesting. So Eagle Park will be facing off against, to finish out the Pfizer Forum brackets, they will be facing Oliphant Brewing's Zool, which is a Doppelbock lager. So very German quadrant.
Yeah, 3 German beers.
The bracket there. Very interesting how this is turning out. All right. Miller Park bracket. We shall not call it AmFam Field. We will call it the Miller Park bracket. Let's get this thing kicked off. Our first entry on the Miller Park quadrant is Raised Grain Brewing's Dog Friend. This is an Imperial Black Ale. Very exciting.
Mm-hmm. All right, it will be facing off against Ale Asylum Diablo Belga.
Yes.
I think I'm saying that right. That is a Belgian double that we're bringing in. So
very interesting. And Ale Asylum picked up by Carbon 4. So still rolling along. So beer number 3 in the Miller Park bracket is Three Sheeps Brewing's Wisconsinitis, which is a cream ale from them. Love Three Sheeps, and that's an interesting entry.
Yeah, that's their new beer that they just released this year. That's just kind of just a nice sessionable beer. So
yeah, and right here, really super cool.
Really like the can art, yeah. Too. All right, so Three Sheeps will be facing off against Amorphic Quadric Explanation. This is a coffee lager, which I'm pretty excited about. That one sounded really interesting. All right, so now kicking off the Camp Randall bracket.
Camp
So the number
Randall
1 seed.
bracket for the number 1 seed. We have got Lion's Tail Brewing's Crimson. This is a cherry sour ale and the only sour in the bracket this year. If you've watched the past 3 years, a sour has won every year, which gives this beer a leg up.
All right, so it will be up against Milwaukee Brewing Company's Wheat Wave. This is a wheat ale.
Very cool. Glad to see Milwaukee Brewing Company back under Eagle Park's banner as well. Third beer in the bracket, we have got Lakefront Brewing's Chili Rabbit. This is another cold IPA addition to this year's bracket.
And that should leave,
Last but not
as
least,
long as we get this correctly, Cocoon, Hunger of the Pine. This is a West Coast IPA. Again, a new brewery for the channel, which we got to visit recently. I'm really excited for this one in the bracket.
and they're up near Green Bay, right?
Correct.
Yeah, very cool. So, hey, we've got 16 beers. We're going to be cruising through all of these throughout the day today with a bunch of help. And we'll be sharing all of that with you as we enter March Madness season and this wonderful basketball tournament that hopefully you'll be watching right along with us. Ross, before we close it out, any predictions here?
I don't. I think I do like the way the bracket's set up because we actually had we had some IPA heavy and we had a lot of German beer that kind of got influenced here, and they kind of got lumped together. All the IPAs are facing off against each other. The German beers seem to be facing off against each other, so we should have a nice Final Four. But I'm going to have to go with a prediction. Honestly, whoever comes out of the Pfizer bracket, I think between Sahale, Perspective, Eagle Park, and Oliphant is going to be the front runner.
Yeah, I am wondered about that Dunkelweizen from Sahale. That's the one that I've kind of got my eye on, and we'll see where that one lands. I'm kind of between that, and I'm wondering about Three Sheeps and that cream ale. It's a bit of a unique entrant here, too, so we will see more to come as we roll through the bracket here over the next several days. So stick around. Thanks for joining us here on Selection Sunday, and we will see all of you very soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.